Hey guys, so today we're going to be looking at a free response question from 2013 AP Biology exam. So this is question number 6, and it says that the following data were collected by observing subcellular structures of 3 different types of eukaryotic cells. And they give you a table with the relative amounts of organelles in 3 cell types. Basically, what you're supposed to do is, based on an analysis of the data, identify a likely primary function of each cell type and explain how the data support the identification. So over here, if we look at cell X, it says that there's a small amount of smooth ER, rough ER as well, small amounts of that, large number of mitochondria, and there is cilia, and there's a small amount of Golgi bodies. So let's look obviously at whatever is present in large quantities. In this case, it's the mitochondria, and there's cilia present. So we know that mitochondria is responsible for cellular respiration, and it produces ATP or energy. And cilia, most cells with cilia are ones that deal with motion, locomotive properties. So this is a cell that's probably responsible for transport or moving in general, and it uses this large amount of mitochondria to so there's a lot of mitochondria which produces ATP or energy that is in turn used for motion and locomotive properties. Anyways, when you're done with that, you move to cell type Y, which has both large amounts of smooth ER and rough ER. It has a moderate number of mitochondria, and there's no cilia, and we have a large amount of Golgi bodies as well. So this means, like, these 3 structures in general, both the smooth and rough ER and the Golgi bodies, have to deal with protein synthesis. So we know that this cell is responsible for synthesizing proteins and packaging them, secreting them, all that. So protein synthesis, secretion of like hormones, or secretion and exocytosis in general. So yeah, don't forget to mention both parts of the question and address them. So you identified what the function is, and then you need to explain by saying that there is large amounts of rough ER and smooth ER in which protein are made. And you can also talk about how lipid synthesis, hormone synthesis, and detoxification as well. This could be another function of this cell because of the large amounts of smooth ER. And obviously, we know that the Golgi bodies are there to store, package, and send or deliver these proteins that are made. So it's basically very fit for cell type Y. And then last but not least, part Z or cell Z, it has everything absent. It basically has no organelles. So the first thing that could come to your mind, and what came to my mind, and this question came to me on one of my term exams for AP Bio, is that this is a dead cell, or it's about to undergo or undergoing apoptosis, so it's programmed cell death basically. And yeah, so it's basically a dead cell. It's literally simple to I mean, it's as simple as that, to mention that it's a dead cell and that it doesn't need any of these organelles, so they're all absent. Or you can talk about how it's a cell that's made for protection, probably at the top layers of the skin or something like that. So it doesn't really need to move, it doesn't need to synthesize any sort of protein, lipids, or hormones, and doesn't need to store any proteins as well. So yeah, but honestly, the most it could be for storage as well, by the way. So yeah, you could just say that it has no function, it's a dead cell, or it's undergoing apoptosis, or you could say that it's for protection, and basically it's like part of the epidermis. So this is question number 6. It's simple. It's easy points, and it's good for you to revise like what the function of every cell organelle is.